This is the spare room. I've been utilizing time and space to make paintings. I've been working on this one, a real smorgasbord of a painting. Lots of elements in a small arena, smorgasbord. Smorgasbord translates as sandwich table. Reminds me of avocado, mustard, and tomato, this painting. A strange combo taste sensation. Must be the livery greens, yellows, and reds. I've been preparing this sandwich table for a while now. It's had many incarnations. On more than one occasion, this sandwich table's been upended and the cloth pulled from underneath and condiments flying everywhere, and I start again. The smorgasbord is presentable now. Old incarnations aren't entirely forgotten. There's traces and layers and textures, and if the end result, I'm done with pulling the tablecloth from underneath, is not entirely palatable, at least I can say it's been a learning experience and can be a springboard onto the next. Smorgasbord. The individual elements have some value, I feel, worthy of an appearance in future smorgasbords, perhaps. I'm starting to build up a visual language of symbols and motifs. Let's start. Anti-clockwise.
The spray can. Paint pen on blank canvas. Quite helpful, the spray can grease a wheel, good for painting and making statements bold and graphic. Makes hair stand to attention and armpits aromatic. If anyone can, the spray can. Though you can't have too much of a good thing because of the flammable hydrocarbonated liquid gas intoxicants. It explodes in the heat and placed in the wrong hands, it can be misused.
The hand. Layers of paint pen. This gives the painting a human presence. It's sort of like saying,
I was here.
Like those graffiti messages on walls, so-and-so
was here.
Embellished with a date, a record and proof of existence of being at this place, this wall, at this time.
I was here.
The hand says, a human presence, a lifetime of memories all circulating in the hot pot of the mind, stewing, brewing and spewing out onto the canvas. A dramatic choice of verbs there, perhaps put better, a smorgasbord of memories and experience, and that's painting. I think Lou Reed said it best. Between thought and expression lies a lifetime.
Crux. Sgraffito in paint. I like the word crux. It has interesting phonesthetics. Get to the crux of the matter, they say. If we got to the crux, then we can find solutions with strong foundations that are long-lasting. Though we obviously haven't found it yet, because then everything would be problem-free. Crux. If there is one crux, then it's somewhere way down the bottom of the sea, and we're all just swimming on the surface thinking we might find it, but not really, because we're too busy getting distracted, getting dive-bombed by seagulls and trying to evade sharks. And anyway, who could be asked to even try and find it? It's getting further way down the bottom of the sea, probably buried now in decades of strata. Where there's a problem, there's a crux, which means there's a multitude of other cruxes to find, growing by the day. They're all near the surface, in grass, if you can be asked to find them. Getting to the matter of these cruxes solves things temporarily, but nothing stays still for long. In fact, getting to the matter of a crux creates more problems, creates more cruxes to find. They grow exponentially. All this floundering in the sea creates waves so big that it creates a tsunami of cruxes that eventually just washes everything away, revealing a blank canvas, and we go again. And then one day, billions of years later, some archaeologist of the future finds that one elusive crux buried in the strata and says, this is why. Though the belief in one crux is problematic. One crux fits all, they say. It's the basis of ideologies that lead us down the garden path. You can't shoehorn a crux. You can't pin one down either. There's too many. They're fluid and elusive. You learn to live with them. You just get your head down, get on with it, and try not to listen to the news.
Stoa. Crayon on paint. It's a Scottish word meaning to make a fuss, to stir, strife, a storm, a bustle. Quite apt for this smorgasbord.
Every computer system needs a processor. The more I see these singular elements together, I think of a system. A self-contained floating organic system. A mechanism, a functioning system, alive, surviving.
The cog. Paint pen on acrylic. William Blake feared the cog. Cogs were instrumental in the running of the satanic mills, as he called them. Flour mills kick-started the industrial age. There were lots of benefits to mills. They sped up production, though he was just pointing out that you can't have too much of a good thing without some consequences. That the cog would eventually lead to processors and microchips. He had a great imagination, Blake. It enabled him to see into the future. No one listened. The cat was out the bag, and he would know more than any that you can't stop the wheels of time. Though it was good to let people know, and he wrote some pretty good poetry. Collage Building, with added stick figures. Buildings are so ubiquitous in the city you don't really notice them. They take up most of our visual space. Blocks, big areas of shapes, windows as cavernous depressions. They determine our horizon lines like hills, mountains and trees in the open countryside. Head, layers of acrylic, paint pen, gloss, and for eyes and tongue, sgraffito. Again, it's the human presence, like the hand. Perhaps they are connected. Perhaps they are the human element of this system, either working it or being worked by it, or both.
The hard disk.
Paint pen, layers of paint.
Every system needs a hard disk, or used to at least. It could become obsolete. This storage component will do for this smorgasbord system. Anyway, I like the symbol.
Nexus. Spray paint. The hub of the system, the epicenter. This is a very busy painting after all, a smorgasbord of elements. Perhaps this painting could spawn some more work. Spawn could reside here in this yellow and green swamp land of amphibious reptiles and pebble creatures. Pebble creatures? Yes, pebble creatures. This is a photo of a pebble collage I did on the beach. I don't know why, but I felt it belonged here. It resembles a face, a pebble creature. Seaweed for a nose, little stones for teeth. It seems to be at home in this yellow, black and green, organic-looking ecosystem. A worthy addition to this smorgasbord.